Yapping.
Hello, this is Erika.
And Edgar.
And we are the Yapping Schnauzers. We entertain you with yap-worthy stories we find around the web. Today's theme is unseen battles.
And the first story is titled, Entitled Neighbors Demand I Stop Using My Own Wi-Fi because it's distracting her plants. Yes, you read that correctly. I live in a townhouse complex with paper-thin walls and a whole bunch of colorful personalities. One of them is my neighbor, a woman in her late 50s who wears tie-dye every day, insists she has a telepathic connection with crystals, and once told me my aura was too digital. I'm usually sitting out front on my phone with my computer relaxing. I suppose that's why she feels I'm too digital. But her latest stunt truly took the cake. Last week, she knocked on my door holding a small, potted plant in one hand and a printout of what looked like a hand-drawn diagram of her Wi-Fi signal in the other. She told me we need to talk about my router. I was confused. She then explained that my Wi-Fi was disrupting the vibrational energy of her succulents. She pointed to the drawing, which honestly looked like a sad jellyfish, and said the signal beamed directly through our shared walls and bombarded her plants non-stop. According to her, the plants were spiritually wilting because they thought the Wi-Fi was sunlight, but it wasn't. The best part? Her plants were in a dark hallway with no natural light. She claimed they had been fine until I got a new modem and then gave me two options. Either turn off my Wi-Fi every night between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., apparently the plant's rest hours, or let her share my Wi-Fi and move the router into her unit so she could regulate the signal properly. I laughed because I thought she was joking. She wasn't. She stormed off as I was laughing at her. I'm still currently waiting to see what comes out of this.
I think this is ridiculous. I think she's just trying to get free Wi-Fi.
I think so too. Like, why does she need someone else's router modem, like, in her house?
It makes no sense. And the Wi-Fi signal is killing their plants because they thought it was the sun. I don't even understand.
She's either crazy or a liar. But either way, bad neighbor. Bad neighbor vibes.
Yeah, I would stay away from that woman.
Mm-hmm.
She seems a little bit out there.
Exactly. And what about the other neighbors?
The
like
colorful ones?
No, I mean, like, she was like, to OP, you have a digital aura, but everyone else with their phones or with their computers. So I imagine there has to be other neighbors. And why doesn't like she pass to them?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Why OP?
Probably because she seems nice.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think she just needs help. What type of sane person would say this to a person? Say this or mention this or even come up with this logic?
Yeah, it's especially kind of dumb.
I don't get it. The top comment is, let her share my Wi-Fi and move the router into her unit. Bingo. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The crazy lady has a plan for getting free Wi-Fi. She has to regulate the signal properly.
R.I.P. Yeah, as soon as she said, "Oh, let me have the Wi-Fi then," or let me control it, like I knew it was just like a bunch of BS.
Yeah, there's just no way.
She really thought she can fool like anybody with that.
Yeah, I don't even get it. Like,
and then she had the audacity to be like mad at OP.
I know, she stormed off. Like, she was like insulted. Like, no. Absolutely not. She said she's waiting to see what comes out of this, but hopefully nothing, because it's kind of out there.
So, final verdict on OP, if she's like the asshole in this situation?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I think she's acting as any normal person would if someone said that my plants need you to shut off your Wi-Fi.
I know. I thought she was joking too until she said she was serious.
They're usually serious when they say something ridiculous like that.
I guess. All right. So the next story is, am I the asshole for exposing my sister's fake cancer to our parents after she refused to come clean herself? I, 34 female, just found out that my sister, 31 female, who has been telling my whole family that she has cancer for the last 8 months, has been lying. She shaved her head, said she was doing chemo, and had her parents move in to help her through treatment. I started to have doubts when, besides also staying out late relatively frequently, she would never let anyone attend appointments with her, and she clearly had way too much energy for someone going through aggressive chemotherapy. Last week, I ran into the office manager of my sister's oncologist at a coffee shop, small town. I casually mentioned my sister, and the office manager was confused. She had no idea who I was talking about. I did some digging through doctors and spoke to my sister about what I learned, and she broke down and spilled her guts. It turns out she fabricated the whole story because she was over her head with debt and wasn't able to afford her apartment anymore. The cancer story got our parents to move in, and she could then stop paying her bills. I was furious and told her that she had 24 hours to tell her parents the truth, or I would. She asked me not to tell them because it would ruin her relationship with them. She did not tell them, so yesterday I took everything to our parents. Our parents are heartbroken. My sister's acting like I had no right to out her, and she didn't even say this to our parents. She was going to stage a miraculous recovery next month. She said I ruined her life and that my family should be trying to defend each other rather than expose each other.
Bro. Like, she literally ruined, like, 3 people's lives. Her own life, and then both her parents.
And the sister. So 4.
How did she ruin OP's life?
Because she had to be the one to tell her parents.
I guess so, yeah. But it's more like, I don't think OP's life was directly ruined. Like, of course, like, she has, like, now a bad relationship with her sister, but I mean, all this stems from OP's sister's decision to lie to them about something so serious.
Yeah, I mean, you also, if I had thought my sister had chemotherapy, I would be very sad and trying to support her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she just played with everybody's emotions, and that wasn't right.
I know, and then I think the shaving her own head part was like pretty like crazy too. Like, she went like really deep for this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she had a lot of that, so she was trying to do whatever she could.
Maybe next time don't be in debt.
It's easier said than done, but yes, I would say definitely try not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's insane though. Just the fact that she just lied through her teeth and just had the audacity to day after day make your parents sad and make them pay for everything because you couldn't afford it is insane to me.
And also so she can, like, I guess, have a roof over her head. It was crazy.
Just tell the truth. Just say, Mom and Dad, I am in debt. Can you help me out? I know I'm irresponsible. I mean, if they don't help you, then, the consequences of your actions.
Exactly. And I feel like they seem like very supportive parents.
Yeah.
So I imagine even if she just like went clean in the first place, they would have helped her out.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then like trying to finish this off with saying, "Oh, I miraculously recovered from my aggressive cancer." Like, no way she was gonna do that. She just made that up just to make her OP feel bad.
Yeah, there was just no way. Cancer doesn't just go away one day after another. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's frustrating for people that actually have cancer for somebody to just flat out lie like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the top comment is not the asshole for telling them, but you were a tiny bit of an asshole for not demanding that she tell your parents immediately. Like 15 minutes of finding out. 24 hours is too long to be deceived into thinking your child is dying.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Like I don't know how long this was going on, but for every minute, the parents thought like their child was like dying slowly, like in front of them. It was probably like torture for them.
Yeah, like the emotional turmoil and emotional scarring this is insane.
Mm-hmm.
No parent wants to outlive their children. So, yeah, I definitely think she's the asshole. And she should have come clean as soon as her sister found out. There was just no waiting.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, final verdict.
I would say, yeah, the sister's the asshole. And she's the one that OP is not. She should have. She did the right thing by telling her parents.
Yeah, agreed. OP is in the clear, but yeah, her sister has some questions to answer. The next story is titled, "My husband made a fake TikTok account to defend me from momfluencers' bullies." So, I'm a new mom, 26 female, and I make small lifestyle videos on TikTok. Mostly stuff like postpartum outfit ideas, baby meal preps, etc. Nothing wild, but of course I get the occasional mean comment. A couple weeks ago, someone commented, "Why would you dress like that when you're a mother now? Try looking less like a teen and more like a wife." I brushed it off until I got curious about a user who kept clapping back at these haters. This mysterious account This mystery account was defending me so hard in the comments and even referenced stuff like our daughter's name, which I hadn't shared online. Last night, I finally asked my husband if he knew anything about it. His face went red. Turns out he made a whole fake account under a pseudonym just to defend me from those sad, bitter women, because he hated how much they got under my skin. He said he already made a person and kept her alive for 8 months while being funny, hot, and kind. You don't need strangers tearing you down on top of that. Readers, I am crying. I married a simp, and I love him. Hot take, simps are supreme husband material.
Oh, that's so cute. I thought it would be nice to, after the cancer one, to have one that's kind of sweet and cute.
Mm-hmm.
I think that people that have this type of relationship last forever. And the top comment is, it's so sweet reading about spouses that actually like each other for a change.
Yeah, because I feel like most stuff you read in Reddit and like the internet in general is just like mostly negative, but it's just because like it's the kind of thing that attracts attention.
Exactly.
Yeah, all the haters get all the attention, which is why I'm a hater online.
Oh my gosh. I think this is super cute, and I'm glad, he did it behind her back, which is the best thing. Because it was a little nice surprise. All right, so the next story is, boss said no overtime under any circumstances, so I left mid-emergency. A couple of months ago, our manager sent out a stern company-wide email saying there would be no overtime, no exceptions. Even things ran behind or if clients were in a panic mode. Okay, got it, boss. Fast forward last Friday, a major client's account completely tanked due to a glitch, and it was all hands on deck. My shift ended at 5 p.m., and around 4:58 I reminded my boss about the no overtime policy. He chuckled nervously and said, "Well, this is a bit different. Just stay until it's fixed." I smiled, showed him the email he sent, and said, "Sorry, I love to help, but I really don't want to violate company policy." I logged out at 5, grabbed my things and left, while the rest of the team stayed until 8 p.m. cleaning up the mess. Monday morning, we got another email. Overtime requests may now be approved on a case-by-case basis. What do you think? You think he's an asshole for doing that?
I wouldn't say OP is an asshole for that, because like your work shouldn't really dictate like your entire life, and like making so much concessions for it is like not the best thing either.
Exactly. I mean, if the policy is not to do overtime, then why are you asking me to break that policy? And you just leave.
Exactly. Yeah, you have only like time that you're required to work, and that's it.
Yeah. So you're telling me that I should stay home? I mean, stay here, work, and not get paid.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's not okay either.
Yeah, jobs like, at least recently, like a lot of jobs and a lot of like corporations they're just trying to find more and more ways to like squeeze more time and just more effort out of everybody, and they don't care. Like they can like fire you any moment.
Yeah, they just literally replace you like it's no big deal. So why do you want to sacrifice your life for a company like that or a corporate like that?
Exactly. And the manager being angry about it, like he's probably being used even more than OP is, and he's like still like clinging on to his like job like that.
Yeah. I mean, then the top comment is same conversations with my boss, absolutely no overtime. We don't have enough people to get the job done in time allotted. Why don't you plan better? I did, but I was denied 2 extra bodies I needed. So you need to tell me which is going to piss you off the least. Leaving unfinished, not doing training, or overtime. Your call. I don't know about the comment. Was that okay?
Well, the comment, yeah, I think what they're trying to say is a lot of times your job demands you, like when you have like a project-based job, they would be like, hey, you have 1 to 2 months to do this, and we're giving you this much resources. How long do you think this is possible? And then usually in the first few meetings, you will like make your best guesstimates and ask if you can have more time or like more resources, which is either determine more headcount, which is just like more people, like just like more like people to manage, just so they can like do some of the tasks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess he's just saying, oh, so if I don't get like the resources I need to like finish this on time, then you have to figure out like what do we need to do to compromise so we can't get something out on time.
I mean, it's a hard call, but then again, you shouldn't be squished thin. You shouldn't be squished thin to the point that you can't do your job.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but yeah, it still happens.
I know. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Which like sucks, but and I feel like everyone should be on the same boat when they're like in a company like that. Like everyone's job sucks. So I think people should be more empathetic, but like some people just like, you know how they get, they get really pissy when they're in a boss sort of like position.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but I mean that's what you see. I mean, so your boss's boss has another boss.
Yeah.
So it's always the higher ups that always push everybody down the line. Exactly, so it's not necessarily your boss; it's the boss's boss. Mm-hmm. So
I remember, Google. I had like between me and the CEO of Google, there was like 15 bosses or something like that.
Oh, from the ladder, from up there. Damn, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people I don't know. I don't care about.
Yeah, I know you remember telling me that you didn't really like Google to a point. I think you really were excited about it at the beginning, and you loved learning there, and you grew. But
it just after some point, it just gets a little bit slow, and it's like not much you can really do without stepping on someone's toes.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you have to, I guess, pick your battles. You got your experiences and you got to, obviously your resume looks amazing after working in Google. So working somewhere else would be easier for you too.
Mm-hmm. The next story is titled, Would I Be the Asshole If I Told My Sister She Smells? My younger sister has struggled with body odor for years. It's something everyone in my family has noticed, but no one addresses directly. My parents occasionally hint that she should shower or they give her new soaps. I'm not sure if she realizes this, but the odor is strong enough that her entire room smells, and my mom has to use a special detergent just to get the scent out of her clothes. At first, I assumed it was a puberty phase, as she was in middle school when it started, but I just got back from college and, unfortunately, it's still a major issue. Maybe even worse. I know she deals with anxiety and depression, and it's likely this is a hygiene issue tied to her mental illness. I understand that struggle and really don't want to come across as mean or judgmental. The reason I'm thinking about this now is that she's leaving for college soon and will be living in a dorm with roommates. I'm genuinely worried that people won't be kind about it or that she'll have a hard time socially because of the smell. I'd rather she heard from me, someone who cares, than from a roommate or a stranger in a cruel or embarrassing way. But at the same time, I don't want to hurt her feelings or damage her self-esteem, since it is already very low. So would I be the asshole if I gently told her the truth? I just want to help her, not shame her. I say just make her self-esteem lower at this point. Because the smell thing, like, that gets on like a lot of people's nerves, and people like say a lot of things behind their back. So it's best to say it like before she goes to college and before she gets like that reputation that follows her.
Yeah.
Even like it just keep it out in the open at that point, and it's like, yeah, you smell, and
open the window.
Open the window, yeah. And for maybe like a few weeks going like before the college, just like work on the smell thing. Just like get her detergent, teach her how to clean herself better, I guess.
Oh, give her tips. Like, I would definitely talk to her. I would just be very careful with the wording, just because you also don't want to kick her while she is down, type of thing. And just, give her, advice on how to clean or like, exfoliate her body, and showering every day is a great thing. And, lotion and hydrating. Maybe not too much steps because she might feel overwhelmed, but a shower with the African net thing that we bought earlier that we thought was really good. I love it. they could definitely, she can use that and scrub her body with. And, hopefully it gets better. But I think it's better for her to say something because not everybody's going to be nice about it, like she was mentioning.
Yeah, imagine she's like, she doesn't know she smells. She goes to college. Everyone avoids her, and then she like hears something like during the weekend or like just passively from her roommates or roommates' friends. Then she will have like no one to like really support her at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe...
I don't think she like OP has to be like too tiptoey because like it's just like she stinks, and you just gotta let her know that. And it's like a good exercise in her and like letting her know that like the world is like a little bit more. They're not gonna like always hold her with kid gloves.
Well, I mean, she struggles with depression and stuff like that, so it's it's hard. You just don't say somebody you stink when you're in the it's just one of those things where she does have to be careful with her wording. At least that's me.
Imagine she doesn't say anything then, because that's the most careful you could be with wording. You just don't say anything.
No, she should, but she should just be careful what she says. I mean, I'm just saying that it's important to be truthful, and I think everybody not saying anything to her actually caused her harm, because I imagine she stinks now, and she has body odor right now, and so she's going to school and nobody wants to be next to her, or they smell her or make faces at her, or don't want to be her friends because she has an odor already. So that's why she maybe also has a low self-esteem, because she has no friends. So this could be one thing where she has to be truthful about it. But I wouldn't just go up to her face and be like, "You stink." Like, that's not how you should treat this.
You stinky.
No, definitely not. But the top comment is, not the asshole, but how you say it matters more than anything. This is one of those conversations that could either help her or scar her. So it's all about delivery. Right now, she's probably either nose blind to it or too ashamed to confront it. Depression can make basic hygiene feel impossible. If you barrel in with "you stink," it'll crush her. But if you frame it as "I love you and I don't want the world to be shitty to you over something fixable," it might land better. Maybe try, "Hey, I noticed your room clothes have a stronger smell lately, and I know mental health can make showers feel like climbing a mountain, but I'm worried your dorm mates might be dicks about it. Want to brainstorm solutions together? Maybe a different soap or laundry routine." And I think that's a better way to say that. So you're still telling her that she has a body odor, but you're not telling her "you stink." Like that, like, just different. I think that's a good way. I really like that comment.
I don't know, it just seems like very passive aggressive a little bit. Like she's just kind of tiptoeing over the issue.
But she's telling her that she has a body odor and it's stronger.
She gives her an out as in that comment. She's like, "Oh, the room and the clothes smell lately." And OP's sister can easily just say, "Oh, maybe I just need to clean that better," and not herself. You have to go out loud and just say that you have an odor issue. Everyone notices, and we give you a lot of soaps and other like cleaning stuff, and in the hopes that you get the hint. Like for this entire time, they've been giving her hints that she smells, and now that an issue is actually going to come up because she's not doing anything about it, it's like now would be the time to like be more serious or like more real. Don't like talk down to her because like, oh, you're gonna hurt her feelings because she's like a child and she won't be able to handle it.
I think you're going to an extreme. I mean, I wouldn't say extreme, but you're just not considering her feelings.
I ain't considering her feelings.
No, you're not.
Down the road, it would be a lot worse if she doesn't get like the full truth.
She is telling her the truth.
No, she's saying, oh.
She literally said
she gave her a light version of the truth.
No, I think how she said it was perfectly. And if she doesn't get it, then she'll try again and be more direct. But I think this is a good way to start because just going off the bat saying "you stink, you need to shower" is just not okay. At least for me.
Also, smelling is not okay.
You can't even smell. You're always with allergies and you can't smell anything.
God bless.
Whatever. I smell good. Like roses.
Like roses. You smell like the beans.
What?
Our dogs.
The beans. Oh my god.
You know how like people have like smells to their houses?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how ours smell like because I'm pretty sure I know it's blind to it.
Well, we all are. Well, I mean, usually I like to mop and vacuum every day and clean the counters, so it smells really nice in here. But having 3 dogs is hard.
Yeah, I feel like it does smell like dog, probably. At the very least.
Yeah, but that's why I like to vacuum and mop every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because it helps with the smell, and put a little bit scented candle, which, by the way, marbled melt is the best.
Yeah, it smells like Paulina's candles and a dog in here. Which isn't the worst smell, actually. Like I love living here.
It smells good. I don't know what you're talking about. But I think, yeah, like talking about everybody's house smell, everybody has. I know, like, Jean has a house smell when she comes in. I'm like, I know that's Betty. Like, you know what I mean?
Wait, yeah, I don't know that house
Yeah,
smell, to be honest.
it's okay. But I know. And then Paulina has a house smell too. Like, everybody has a house smell. And it's not bad, but, you know, it's just
some people
different.
have stronger house smells than others.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But, you know, when they don't shower or they don't clean, you know. But my family is pretty clean, so.
Yeah, so what the final verdict?
I would say she is not the asshole. I think she's trying to help her out and trying to avoid further scarring with other people, and maybe like just helping her not to be excluded from a lot, especially in college, because as college is when you go out and you meet people, make friends, get new experiences, and then with her smelling like that, she's not really gonna have that.
Yeah, she wouldn't be the asshole and like just helping her sister out.
Yeah, exactly. The next story is, am I the asshole for asking my partner to stop telling me to lower your volume? Sometimes when I get excited about a topic, I naturally start speaking louder than usual. Not shouting, just louder than normal conversation level. The thing is, I don't realize I'm doing it in the moment. When this happens, my partner will often interrupt me mid-sentence and ask me to lower my volume. I don't think they mean in a rude way, and I understand that they probably just want the conversation to stay at a comfortable volume. That's fair. But every time it happens, I feel demoralized and a little self-conscious. I lose my enthusiasm and no longer feel like talking about the thing I was excited about. Even if they don't mean it harshly, it feels dismissive and discouraging. I try to explain how it makes me feel, but they still keep interrupting me. Am I the asshole for wanting them to stop interrupting me like that, or do I need to accept that I should keep my volume in check, even if it's hard because I don't always realize when I'm doing it?
Moral of the story: never be excited about things.
No, that's not the moral.
Seriousness, I think she shouldn't really have to care about like her volume. Like whenever I get excited, I do talk really loud as well, like louder than usual. So I get it.
Yes, you really do.
Yes, I get so excited.
You do. And then like the whole okay, maybe because you don't care, but like it's uncomfortable. Really but it's uncomfortable for me, especially like it's like, for example, if you're in the hospital and you have your voice volume and there's sick people around you.
I want them to get the good energy that I'm giving off from being excited about my life, my healthy life.
You're so terrible. It's uncomfortable because it's been so many situations where you're literally like, I love that you get excited. I'm happy. I feel your energy, and I also feel excited for you. But
do you?
Yes, I do. But like your volume.
What about my volume?
Your volumes is insane. Like a whole freaking next door neighbor could hear.
Good. You. They can be a part of the conversation if they want.
Okay. Clearly you don't care, but you know, I just feel like depending on where you are, you really need to have indoor voice.
A lion does not entertain the thoughts of other people who I don't know how the saying goes. Right?
Exactly. Shush it.
I just be yapping at this point.
You are yapping. Okay, so the top comment is, not the asshole. My family and I tease each other about something like this all the time. We call it self-awareness rule. Basically, now that you know that
they got an unfun rule.
Shush it. Basically, now that you know when you get excited, you talk too loud, you can be more aware of it. And then try to keep your volume lower. Take a breath when you feel yourself getting too excited, or even practice volume control by being silly with it and whisper your exciting things. I struggle with crazy migraines sometimes, and all I have to do is tell my family, lower your volume just a bit. and they do so. They know I love them, and they know I want to hear and enjoy what they're saying, so they lower their voices so I can listen and partake. One family member in particular was more sensitive to this at first, and felt as you do now. I had a conversation with them along with the lines, I love you, I know you get excited, and I love your excitement to partake in your excitement too. I would like your volume to lower just a bit. I think the most important thing is to remember about this specific scenario is that you're not being told to shut up or to be quiet. Your partner probably just wants a conversation at a normal tone where the volume isn't a distraction to your excitement. As someone who has been asked to lower my volume, ask someone to lower theirs is never about getting the person to stop talking. It's always about making sure I can stay in the conversation at a comfortable level, meaning I can listen and partake in it longer. Unfortunately, you might have to learn how to be less sensitive about it. Focus on the fact that your partner clearly cares about what you're saying enough to try to actively and comfortably listen to what you're talking about. I hope this helped a little. It's kind of a ramble.
Yeah, they were rambling.
No, I found that great.
So in short, they have an unfun rule. Don't get too excited.
No.
Don't be too loud. Be mindful. Basically everything unfun that you could be. Never
so
show your
crazy.
personality.
No, that is
I would not want
not.
to be in that family, and I wouldn't want to be related or friends with anyone in that circle.
I'd be telling you to calm down. Well, I would be like,
yeah, and then I don't listen to it.
I don't even say that. I just make a gesture of my hand going down.
I use it to fan my excitement.
And sometimes you'd be extra though. I'd be like, damn. Like
I'd be fighting battles with my social awareness, and I lose.
Oh my gosh. The point is that I'm glad that she understands that it's not that they don't want to listen, but it's that, she's a little bit too sensitive about it. And I hope eventually she works on it so that way everybody can be excited just as her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, final verdict?
I wouldn't say that you're the asshole. OP is the one that said, she's the one that tells the partner to lower the voice.
I would say OP is the asshole.
I would say no,
because
because
trying to be a fun place in a fun zone.
I agree.
Boo.
No. I think OP is trying her best and she wants to be excited just like her partner. But sometimes
she wants to be unfun.
No. Sometimes
she can't handle herself.
No. Sometimes it's just not appropriate. Or she can't really understand when the volume is so high. Like when you're talking to somebody, you don't want them to be like really loud on you when you're trying to be happy and excited about it too. Uh-huh. So I completely understand.
I don't actually. This is like an alien trying to be social in this planet.
That's because you're the one doing it, not the one that's happening to.
I can't help it. I'm living my life.
I really can't.
So we're on to our next semi-new segment where we read and react to much shorter Reddit stories back to back. So doing this rapid fire style with the first story. Oh, by the way, the main thread is titled "Introvert Men: How Did You Get Your Partner?" So this is all about introverts and how they are still able to survive and carry on their legacy to their children, unfortunately. So the first little comment: I asked the coworker out. She turned me down. So I asked her if she knew anyone. She said she'd work on it. 6 weeks later, she set me up with my now wife of 41 years.
Oh, isn't that cute?
So
that coworker went through
her permission. Not permission. I guess she asked her to scout him.
Him. She went through. She felt she did good.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I've heard that's like an effective strategy for finding like a partner because like
setting up.
She's like asking someone who rejected you.
Oh,
politely
really?
enough, at least.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. All right, the second story is, at work after school, she used to do things to intentionally annoy me to the point where I'd get angry about it. We even argue sometimes until one day we were forced to work together by our manager. Then I realized she was going out of her way to tap me on the shoulder or grab me by the forearm when she needed to ask me something. So out of annoyance, I rhetorically asked her if she liked touching me. To my surprise, she blushed. And at that moment, it was it was as if everything clicked. I thought we weren't getting along, but the whole time she was just trying to get my attention by any means necessary. So I just asked her for her number. The rest was history. Fast forward, we have 3 kids together. We'll be celebrating 14 years of marriage next February and 19 years of being together this November.
See, this backs up my the theory I've heard that if you're being bullied by a person of the opposite sex, they probably have a crush on you.
Really?
Yeah, I used to hear that a lot when I was like a kid. He's like, "Oh, why are you being so mean to him? Do you have a crush on him?"
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think there was some truth in that. I wasn't really a part of any of those dramas because I was 5 years old and didn't care.
But didn't you ever have like a girl being mean to you? Ever?
I like to say maybe one, but I don't know. I remember them no. I was never mean.
Yeah, I had a few kids being mean to me.
Did you beat them up?
No.
You should have.
I was just like, why are they being mean to me?
Apparently you had an anger issue when you were little. I'm surprised you didn't like curb stop them all.
I kicked them in the ball. Nah, I was just like, I was just caught off guard because it would be just little things they would be mean to me about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just didn't get it. Like, there was this one, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is the one I remember in high school. So I was like, in my AP classes, I was a good girl, whatever. And this kid, he was always mean to me. Always. I didn't understand why. Obviously, now I get it. Mm-hmm. However, I was in the library, and then I was very gullible back then.
Gullible?
Yes. It's that this...
Still gullible.
It's... No, I'm not. You think I am. Anyways. So I was in the library and he was like, yeah, so this book is free. You can take it. Like, you don't even have to check it out. Like this table right here. So I was like, are you sure? Because I don't see anything here. He's like, yeah, I know. Because I have one right here. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. So I put it in my backpack. And then obviously you need to check it out from the library. So I beeped. Mm-hmm. And so the guy was like, she has it. It's her. And she was like, no, she doesn't. Let me see your backpack.
Bro.
So they stopped him and searched his backpack. And I just walked out the library like nothing.
You're like, okay.
But it was me. I had the book that I didn't check out. So it backfired, obviously. But there was just one of the many stories that, I don't know, boys were so mean to me.
I'm going to try that in a TJ Maxx.
Stop playing. But yes, I can relate to that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next story.
Yeah, so the next story is pretty sure it was a conspiracy, or at least half the people we worked with at the time. Around Christmas, I was told by a manager I won a raffle for 2 free games of bowling while she was standing nearby. So, worst prize of all time. Another coworker looked at the two of us and said, hey, you two should go out together. Loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. I looked at her and simply said, want to? She said, sure. We'll be married 13 years come November. So the most nonchalant kind of engagement I've ever heard of.
For real.
He's like, you want to get married? Yeah. They will probably sound like Squidward, actually. Now that I think about it.
Well, I mean, the whole freaking job was like, they'll be good together.
I feel like a lot of like when you go to a club or school or like in work, if like they see like you have like some chemistry with someone, they usually try to like have you around them more often than not. For whatever reason. Like I know like a lot of teachers, they like having the students that they want to match together sit together or sit close enough to each other so they can interact.
Really?
Yeah, it's like apparently a thing they do.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
They think it's like not funny, but I think they like playing matchmaker because what else are you gonna do as a public teacher?
That's interesting. I never thought about that at all. Mm-hmm. All right, so the last one is answering for my introvert husband. He took his daughter out to go shopping at the mall. Walked into the store I was working in. His daughter walked off with his grandmother, and I asked him if he needed any help. His mouth opened, but no words came out. It was a little awkward and a little funny. Eventually, the words came out, and he left. I remember telling my coworker if I ever saw that hot dad again, I was gonna get his number. Side note, I was also a single mom. Within the same hour, he returned to the store to buy a beanie. I insisted on ringing him up so I could ask for his number. I saw his wrist and got excited. He had an Ouroboros tattooed like a bracelet. I had actually had planned to get an Ouroboros tattooed as a bracelet too, so I broke the ice and told him he stole my idea. He was so shocked that I even knew what it was, and then asked for my number. He called immediately after. When he tells the story, he mentions after leaving the first time that a song started playing in the mall and it was like a push for him to go back to me. But he was embarrassed about his shoes, which to this day I don't remember them, so he ran and bought a brand new pair of Vans before returning to my store. I took a while into our dating to realize that we actually crossed paths a few months prior at a nightclub. I was super dressed up, makeup all done, looking like a mean goth girl. He was leaned up against the back door sipping on a beer. We had locked eyes and he rolled his eyes at me. Only reason we didn't speak sooner is because he first saw me, I looked mean. And the second time, I was dressed like a hobo in comparison. So I came off less scary, I guess. Been together 9 years so far and have 5 kids together.
Oh, whoa.
Isn't that cute?
I'm a little bit indifferent, but I mean, the 5 kids in 9 years, like, do they not have any hobbies? Do they not have anything better to do?
Some people just want to have kids.
And now they have mean goth kids.
But that, I think that's a cute story.
Well, bad taste in tattoos.
I don't even know what that is. How does it even look like?
I'll show you a picture. It's
Oh.
yeah, Ouroboros.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Ouroboros are a mythological animal. It's like a snake that's like biting themselves, and typically they look like infinity signs or a circle.
Yeah.
So think of like a snake biting itself. So that's how it looks like.
Yeah.
For those who don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's a cute story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all the stories we have today. Thank you for tuning in this week's episode. Check out our website, www.yappings.com, and join our mail list for updates. If you love our podcast and want to support us, subscribe and share with your friends and family. We would appreciate it so much.
Also, we have a Facebook group called AITA-Relationship and Family Drama, linked in the description. Join so you can share MID also posts you like, or share your own stories for us all to judge. We may even read a few posts in one of our episodes, if you're lucky. Finally, we have a mailing list that you can find on our website, www.yappings.com. And you can join there for free goodies we're planning in the near future.
Thank you. Bye.